Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be ranking what I think to be the top 5 Call of Duty Zombies mini bosses all throughout the series, ranging from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 4. I'll be ranking them by how unique they are and how fun and challenging they can be to fight. Let's get right into it with number 5, which is going to be Brutus from Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead. Brutus was first introduced in Mob of the Dead, then later brought back into Black Ops 4 with the installment of Blood of the Dead. There really is no major difference between the two, so I'm going to characterize them as the same mini-boss. Brutus can do a multitude of things to affect the player, such as disabling the perks around the map, dropping smokes when you damage him enough, and breaking down barricades if he gets close enough to them. He spawns in pretty early, so the game kind of expects you to be ready to fight him, and to be honest, he's probably the easiest boss on here out of the 5, which is why he's mainly at the bottom, but he fits into the map really well. Also, the fun thing about this guy is that many of him can spawn at once, so you could have about 4 of these guys following you around. Even though it's pretty uncommon, when it happens, it's such a blast to fight them all. Overall, Brutus is just a fun, easy mini boss for these two maps, and I wouldn't have it any other way. At the number 4 spot, I have the Marga from Shadows of Evil and Revelations. Though I still rank him pretty high because of his one-shot potentials and how much damage this guy can deal in a single burst to the character, not to mention he takes a good couple hits before he can go down, and it's no easy task shooting the heads, especially when you have a bunch of zombies chasing after you. Overall, his design is very unique and unlike anything we've seen in the Zombies universe, which clearly makes him stand out from the crowd, not to mention the colorful elemental Margwas that were implemented in Revelations. Overall, the Marga is a force to be reckoned with, but once the character is well equipped, it makes him very easy to take down, but still, it makes him a very fun mini-boss for these two maps. At number 3, I have the Giga Knees from Ancient Evil in Black Ops 4, and thank God I have actual footage of this guy. You might not even know who I'm talking about, because that's the guy's actual name, believe it or not. What makes this guy so unique from the other 5 is the multitude of attacks that can disrupt, stun, and harm the player, ranging from a shock spear to a shield bash. The player is actually in for a real fight once this guy spawns. And what makes this mini-boss so great is that you're guaranteed to fight him once you pick up the golden chariot found around the map, and sometimes the player might forget that he spawns and isn't ready to actually begin fighting him. He really has no intro noise, so you can't really be too alerted when he spawns, but when you see him creeping around you might get a little scared. He isn't too hard to defeat at all you have to do is just spray him down with a couple magazines and try not to get hit by his stun attack, which completely negates your aiming down the sights ability and basically doing anything else. It also disables your sprint so he can get closer to you to hit you with his melee attack. He fits in great with the Ancient Evil map and overall is just an awesome mini boss to engage with. At number 2, I have the Blightfather from Voyage of Despair, 9, Dead of the Night, and I'm also pretty sure it can spawn an Ancient Evil as well. This mini boss is a real challenge to fight sometimes, mainly because of its high health pool. This thing has a terrifying entry sound, and when you hear it, you know it's time to look around and try to find out where he is. I mean, just listen to it. Every time I hear that, I go into a state of panic, and I think that's what makes a great mini-boss, is when you hear some sort of siren or some sort of screeching that makes the player get sent into a panic mode, and you're looking around scattering to make sure you have enough ammo to fight him, and wanting to use power-ups to fight him, and that's what makes it even more intense if someone's down, or you don't have your specialists on cooldown, and you have to fight this thing bare bones with primary weapons. Now, it can be pretty easy with certain weapons like shotguns or even LMGs, or the Helion Salvo, which is pretty good for just taking down about anything in Black Ops 4. It is a ranged and devastating melee attack that can deal about 100 damage to the player with every single swipe. Also, it has a projectile shot that seeks out the player and deals a lot of damage if it catches you off guard. Also, not to mention the grab attack, which is honestly horrifying when you get pulled into it and you're not actually expecting it to happen. Overall, the Blightfather is just a rush to fight, and I'm so glad this is the mini-boss that was included in 9. At the number 1 spot, I have the classic mini-boss, the mini-boss of all mini-bosses, and that's the Panzer from Horizon Drac and Origins. There is a slight difference between the two, however. The Horizon Drac one shoots shock charges while the Origins one has a flamethrower. I'm going to be characterizing them as the same entity because the differences are so minimal, it really doesn't matter. But what does matter is how horrifying this intro sound is. I mean, just have a listen. I mean, when you hear that, you know you're in for a fight. And this guy is not easy to take down if you don't have the right weapons. He will grab you and pull you in, and he will make easy work of you if he catches you off guard, which makes him a super fun mini boss to fight. And not to mention the Easter egg on Origins when you get to fight about 6 of these guys in a minute, which is just a blast because not only is he difficult, he has such cool attacks, like the one where he can grapple you and pull you in and just start roasting you. But being grabbed for the first time is honestly just horrifying as your life flashes before your eyes, and you just need to have some pretty quick reaction times to escape them. Overall, the Panzer's design is so cool. It's mainly just a zombie covered up in a bunch of really thick steampunk armor, and the armor will snap and break when he starts taking damage, so you know how much you're doing to him. Overall, the Panzer is perfect for these two maps, and is completely balanced, and is just a fun mini boss to go up against, and that's why he sits at the #1 spot. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I had a ton of fun making this video and giving my opinions on this. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button to let me know that you enjoy this content. I'm sure I'm going to be making a ton more zombies content up until the release of Black Ops 5, or Black Ops Vietnam, whatever they plan to call it. I'm super hyped. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.